Uh-huh. Got it. Right. Perfect. Wonderful.
Good. Tentatively?
Tentatively, yes. All right. I think we are ready for an intro.
Let's do an introduction.
All right. Here goes nothing. Hi, I'm Becca.
And I'm Lindsay.
And this is Bingo, where you keep collecting dolls.
But never seem to win the game.
Let me think. I think I might have enough light here, without the ring light. I overdo everything. I overthink everything. I do everything. All the everythings is the things that I do. There's so many wires. I'm living in Kafka's web.
I see. Trapped within the landscape of a still frame from Serial Experiments Lane.
Wrong Kafka. I was thinking more Honkai Star Rail, but yes.
Oh, well, she is named after a prominent Nicholas philosopher.
I think I'm pretty sure one of the enemies from Your Automata.
Oh, Nier.
Yeah, it's also
sure.
Kafka.
Kafka's a fun name. They've got cachet. There's brand recognition.
Yeah, and actually a lot of
it.
There's a lot of things in that game that are distinctly named after philosophers, like Pascal and other ones.
Oh yes.
Now I want to Google it. Now I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. So
and it all matters because Volks has a relationship with that property. They're interested in deep thinks about what is humanism and post-humanism and what is sentience. So having Kafka, the most I guess he's like the guy who really wrote the origin of nihilism, which is less a nothing matters and it's more a there is no God, so don't worry about it.
Okay, so
energy.
There is Marx, Engels, and Grun.
Marx, Engels.
But the other and Hengel.
I do know who Hengel is.
And August. So there's a
whole first year of college floating back to me.
So Kafka might be the one of the only ones that isn't actually part of that.
Lucky him.
So shall I start with a current event item first? Maybe I'll mute this and then I'll put our YouTube going on my phone just so I can monitor it nicely.
Make sure it doesn't get into any sort of trouble while we're not looking at it directly.
Yeah, no, well, it can be in minor amounts of trouble, just not major amounts of trouble.
A little of mischief, not a whole mischief.
Right. I guess I should check the chat box and make sure that's working.
Oh, I've got an eye on it too. Oh, there it is.
Okay. It should update in here.
Update.
But I don't see that it did it. I don't know. That worked there. We're
good enough. Tell me about the exciting news of the day, Becca.
Okay, where shall we start?
It's September. The fall is, in some parts of the world, is pretending it exists vaguely. It rained a lot where we are.
Yeah, but
which is sort of a fall thing.
But not from the majority of the morning yesterday, which really I should have gone out to one of the 2 fairs that are happening in our area. But
there's a fair over where you're
2 of them.
You don't mean the Ren Fair, I presume.
No, like county fair kind of thing. So there's the Polish festival.
Oh my god! Oh, that's always so good.
Oh, did you get to go to one of those with me?
I've been there before. I've been to that before with a mutual friend of ours, and it is a delight and full of so much food that
Yeah.
is delicious.
Today, unfortunately, is the last day for it. It's kind of gray and sad. And my husband's parents were initially were going to go with us, but due to automotive trouble, they now have to go and retrieve a car from Philly.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Yeah, lots of no. So
things are happening. The seasons have changed, which means all of the companies are looking to move into the fall aesthetic now.
Yeah,
September's officially occurred.
And particularly Volks always does like seasonal releases. Like they usually have 4 Volks news per year and other various things like that. So let's see. Let me go to the...
So Volks has their latest lineup of releases in terms of clothing and accessories for the month. And it's releasing in 6 days on the 16th of September for the September new outfit collection. And some of it's really gosh darn tootin' cute.
I realized I was running one extra thing that I didn't need to. Okay, wait, where's my OBS?
Gracious.
Okay.
OBS, come back. We need to talk about really cute things.
Okay, got it. I got it. It's working.
Did it?
I did.
I'm so proud of you.
It's doing the thing. Okay,
it's doing it.
So we have the September 2023 new outfit collection. The first thing and the thing that they're advertising over and over again are these beautifully cute, warm and cool colored kimono with, I think it's with Hakama, but let me double check here.
There's 2 versions I'm seeing when I'm looking at it. And I believe it's size based, which one's which.
Okay.
It's a really cute... It's not Hakama underneath. It's like it's just another layer that adds a texture piece at the end bottom of the hem.
Yeah, it's like a chemise there, which is really cute.
Yeah. It's like a chemise thing. And then they're showing you...
I like this.
Like the version with the tulle, which implies to me, sometimes you can tell with Volks when they make a thing and they either do sell a lot of it or don't sell a lot of it, because they'll re-advertise it in later releases.
Oh.
And it's like, oh, you didn't sell enough of this, did you? Or it's, oh, you sold a lot of this, so you want to make an implication here.
And I mean, well, sewing tulle is kind of a pain in the butt, so, like, you can tell here what they did. But I wanted to point out one thing here, is that even with the kimono version, there is 2 kind of ways they dress them up. This version notably has these nice little brown pointed toe kind of elegant looking boots.
Oh, the boots.
And then
I love boots on them.
And then this version has the tabi. The
boots version is a more, I don't want to say modern dressing of the kimono, but they have like a bow on the front and they have like the lace over the shoulders, which is a little less traditional. And the tabi version is the more traditional mode you can put it into.
Yeah, the thing that immediately came to mind for me was Japanese graduation ceremonies. And how girls will often pair this type of boot with their kimono for graduation.
It's very traditionally a Meiji era look, which is where the Hakama style kimono graduation outfit is coming from.
Let's look at one of the mini ones. Let's look at the other colorway in the tiny.
I absolutely adore the blue one.
Did you get the other kimono set you were waffling on? No, you ended up.
No. We had discussed, and I agreed with the logic you had at the time that it was fairly generic.
It's not only that it's fairly generic, but they continually release kimono, so it's like unless
kimono's not the last time. I like about this one the way they've distributed the pattern, where it's like this. It's like an antique scrapbook feeling pattern that's going on, which is like it is a modern cottagecore almost kind of take.
This is interesting.
Kind of neat. Like they're doing something a little different.
On the minis, they almost exclusively show it with that type of boot.
It might be because that's the only boot they have available at the time.
Yeah, I'm actually curious to see if the boot is part of the release this time. But let's look at it on
I was going through, and I remember seeing Tabi in the release. But
yeah, look at this.
Oh, look at on the other page.
they painted her with freckles. Oh, so cute. So the one thing I really love about this release, I don't even know if you can see my mouse on the screen and things, but I love the little pearl that's in the center of the obi.
Yes.
It's just very adorable.
The way I know the names of these things at some point, hypothetically. Obijima? Is it Obijima is the name of the thing that goes on the cord that's decorative? There's a lot of specialized vocabulary for this.
I'm not sure because I thought the Obijime was the thing that went on top, but I can't remember.
It entirely could be exact. My brain's just trying to find a word. It's rifling through the filing cabinets, catching whatever it catches first.
Yeah, but like
it is very, very, very cute.
I think this is one of the first. I don't know. It's one of the first releases where I was so notably having my eyes drawn to the center cord. Because I think there was one other release that I have. I have a kimono problem. Maybe next time we'll just have a
kimono are great.
A time talking about kimono and dolls, and I can bring out all my kimono for show and tell. But let's look what else they have released this time. So there's these very cute little cat hoodies that look very
so precious.
Simple in pattern. Of note is that it actually covers the hand. It's only in mini size, part 1, and it covers the hand, and the hood is almost designed to fully cover the head. I love that in the promo photos they're displaying it with the cat eye anime eyes.
They are.
I don't even know if cat eye anime eyes existed before, but these look like some specialized eyes that I don't remember seeing available. And it's funny because you can actually pull down the hoods over the head so you just see the funny cat face. It's absolutely adorable.
They're definitely going for a very specific cute aesthetic.
Then usually in the fall release you see some like kind of cute dress up October-y sort of stuff. So we got an angel and devil hoodie, devil cute set. Wonder what size that's for. Let me see. Seto. It's for chibi. Wait, yes? No, it's just saying it's for everybody other than that. Okay.
It is being displayed on a normal-sized Dollfie Dream.
Yeah, I was confused by the little wing
one, yes.
Yeah.
But on the smalls, it would be that like really cute oversized look.
Its lace-up corset is cute and definitely affordable, and can maybe fit over stuff that you already own to just give it a little Halloween flair. Definitely size for. It has shearing in the back with elastic, but it's definitely sized for Dollfie Dream.
This release in general, the September one, seems very Dollfie Dream focused.
It says it can fit everyone. I feel like with them starting to market to more contemporary things, and with the way that anime has exploded, and the release of Y'shtola to bring Dollfie Dream into a very, very large IP, I feel like people are much more paying attention to the Dollfie Dreams now than they have the resin, just globally speaking.
And the way that the hobby has been moving in the wake of COVID impacting economy is down to brass tacks. Dollfie Dreams and that style of doll in general are leagues cheaper for what you get than the resin, because of just the nature of how they're created.
Yeah.
And the market space for the ABS based or vinyl based, ABS being like an exploding piece right now,
right,
with the huge influence of designers coming from the method and style of sale that comes from the vinyl doll collecting place, and is now being applied, which is why you get gotcha style blind boxes with small BJDs in them. It's like there's a industry that's moving into a new space with this, is my interpretation anyway.
So other.
Where was I going with this thought? Anyway, it's in general, in terms of market, a much bigger and more active piece of the market than it used to be, I think.
Yeah, because I think it used to be like the old Dollfie Dreams, right? They kind of came in from like collectors who like to get children dolls and things like that, and it grew and everything like that. And the other dolls had always been just kind of like the licensed dolls and stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And I think especially as we have started to seriously break down gender restraints on what is like allowed, that the guys in international sites and stuff have really just begun to be like, yes, I collect dolls, and here she is, and I love her, and she's cute, and she's sexy, and she makes me happy, so screw you. So, like when I go to these meets now, or things, and with Shizu-san and the like, at things, there's like so many guys with their dolls, and it's wonderful and happy, and we get to talk about shoes and things together, and it's awesome. It's like,
I think there's something very interesting there that I would normally be like, we should spin this off into a podcast episode, because I think our more like philosophically focused stuff is better done in that format.
Yes.
But is the way that, as you just said, using the doll as feminine avatar allows social access into spaces and topics that people might really enjoy but otherwise be hesitant to enter into because of social pressure.
Yeah, like one of my favorite episodes that I watched Shizu-san do recently, he was just putting in the earrings from Kitten Kat Doll Shop and trying,
nice.
And he was trying on earrings and asking the chat, do you like this one better, this one better? Like
I love that man.
I'm just like, I just got the happy tingles because it's just so wonderful to just have somebody
time.
Right, and like let's just let people sit there and like enjoy things and see what aesthetically pleases them, even though they themselves cannot portray that way.
The assigned gender of an ungendered object.
Right. Anyway, so back to fall stuff.
Yes, no, I'm with you with the gender euphoria. But there's also like there's definitely like getting into like the way Volks treats the two lines differently. There's such a difference in the aesthetic story between those two lines too, where like the Dollfie Dreams are the sexy, modern, definitely like more not characterized, not in terms of being a character, but like there's a word close to characterize that's like when you intentionally overemphasize certain pieces to make it stylistic.
Stylized or exaggerated.
Yeah, exactly. And then when it comes to the resin, they kind of go into this sort of not, I don't want to quite say more adult, but more like conservative isn't the word quite either. But the clothing choices in the resin, like it's like in particular this release, I'm just really noticing it.
It's
like we have these like really
reserved kind of, this whole release is kind of reserved
anime stuff going on, and then the tweed cord set for the resin is really fucking cute. But it's really like,
let's look at that one.
The vibe is interesting.
I love
to
this.
Me, like comparatively.
Which doll's head is this? I'm curious.
It says down at the bottom. It's saying it's at F106. So it's one of the really new ones.
It
That's why you're not recognizing it.
Yeah, sometimes I'm wondering if that's one of the, I gotta update the website. That may or may not be actually one of the standard releases as well, because she kind of looks...
It does look like one of the standard heads, doesn't it?
Yeah, she's very cute.
Nice, say it?
So...
for those who are familiar with how Volks works, even though, like, almost everyone is hyper-focused on their limited release side, which is the large majority of what they do, is things in limited batches, both resin and clothing and accessories. They do have 3 standard models that are available all the time.
Yes.
That you can just buy.
And usually some in each size. I don't know if they have a standard boy right now. I kind of want to...
do not. It's only 3 girls.
Yeah.
And it's always been like those 3 girls.
There used to be Kanata as a boy, and there used to be Mark as a boy for standard releases.
For like a really I don't remember how long. I don't know how long that was a thing.
It was a while. Show might have been a standard release. I can't remember.
What's super exciting? I just realized this as I'm looking around the Volks website to try to see what the standard models look like right now.
Yeah.
The lottery for the Princess Knight duo is still open.
Oh, well, let's finish
Man,
this.
if I had endless money, that's where I would be. I don't have endless money.
Let's finish looking at the fall fashion, and then
I'm getting ahead of ourselves.
And then we can look at the U.S. doll website, Volks website. So it's interesting because they show these matching green shorts with this outfit, but it doesn't come with this outfit. It does come with a beret though, which kind of gives
there's an alternative piece that's like separate. Is an interesting choice.
Annoying, but cool.
It's a really cute outfit.
Yeah,
I think the tweed is I think is really gosh darn adorable that they found tweed in the right scale of print.
I wasn't loving it until I started looking closer at that shirt.
The shirt's really freaking cute.
And the little pearls in the shirt, and I love that there's also, what is with the pearls in this release? Because now there's pearl buttons here too.
Oh, I wonder if that's I mean, they do create the collections with any fashion group. You make collections with themes and with aesthetics that match because that's kind of how you go about it. I think it might just be part of their vibe for this release. It
almost looks like it's the same button that's on the center of the one thing that's on the...
It might be.
Yeah.
That's what manufacturing is. You're not diversifying too much the base materials. It may also be something that's a popular fashion piece in current Japanese fashion right now too.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there's these suspender socks. We saw suspenders a while ago in the first release of the kind of tech Miku stuff.
I remember, yes.
And then I swear there's been some sort of suspender socks or halter sock or something in each and every release since then. So we have MSD.
So well. They're like, hey, let's keep printing money.
So they have new wigs this looks like the OSD size in various colors. That's very cute. This is a Hime cut. Ooh.
Both of us are like, hey.
I want a Hime cut.
Not a scale I have, but I keep saying I don't have this scale and then suddenly have it. So who knows what happened.
I gotta check what my original cut is on my Miku, but I think it was a straight cut. But I'd like a Hime cut for her too. I've been keeping her to the darker hair color, so that's very cute.
That would be very cute on her.
Yeah.
They are showing in the bottom of that showing it being applied with because I know you have this outfit, the goldfish outfit.
Oh, what? In the Hime, let me click in here.
And if you scroll down, it sort of shows you ways that it matches.
I don't have the Hime outfit for the OSD yet.
Oh, that's right. You have it in the MSD.
Yeah. SD cute.
There's still this is a really cute wig. It's a really freaking cute wig.
Common to OSD and SD cute. Oh, I guess SD cute is kind of a smaller size.
SD cute is the small size but with new joints in it.
No, that's Super Dollfie meaty.
Oh.
Not confusing at all.
It's I've started to lose track.
Not confusing at all. Don't worry about it.
Not in any way, shape, or form, and I am definitely not a person who regularly switches letters around when there is no vowels involved. And even when there's vowels involved. There's a school bag. Oh.
So funnily enough, we have 2 school loafers, and there was a school set. We have 1 MSD Gaeta here, but no sign of those cute brown boots. Maybe they're kind of more of a standards thing that they always keep in stock. Let's take a look at this Moonlight Maiden. I think this is kind of their Halloween release kind of concept here.
I don't think this is Halloween yet because they always have a few.
No, this is
Halloween outfits in October.
No, they did.
This is seasonal. This is more seasonal colors for.
Oh, and this is what those Gaeta are for, the gold ones. But it's got bunny wings and moon imagery. Is this for moon viewing?
This is for moon viewing. This is for Autumn Festival.
Got it.
Where it's the rabbit's really involved. Part of the language of seasonality, because Japanese culture is very invested in it, is this color. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking about it the right way. I'm like, oh, this is autumn rabbits color time. Is what this is.
Okay.
The gold plus the navy plus the white plus rabbit motifs with the moon is very much like harvest moon. Like there's a very specific this time of year that it's
that's super cute, and I didn't want it, but now I want it. But so
the ears are separate.
So here's an annoying thing, right? So they keep doing this thing where they're like, here's this cool full outfit. Look, here's the leggings that match this, and it even has matching ribbon. But no, it's not included. No, you have
These
to
are sold separately.
Right, which is like absolute BS. And it even comes with 2 color ribbons, one that matches and one that matches the blue. But it's sold separately in a click war and or lottery way. So there's no guarantee if you got one part of the outfit, you're going to get the other. And then if you win,
Correct.
You're expected to buy it. So if you just get the stupid socks,
then you're
doomed to buying the socks, and you just have these socks that are going to be a reminder that you didn't win the outfit.
It is interesting. Volks does do that. They really separate out the pieces, especially when it's a limited item. And it's like, on one hand, I get it in the sense of, like, sometimes the individual pieces are really cool on their own, and you might not want the whole thing, like the whole kits and the caboodles. You might not be here for that. But also, when it looks real good all together, it's a little frustrating.
Like, those socks are obviously made specifically for that outfit. And here's the shorts. Here's the shorts.
Limited edition. This is the way of the gacha, which is the way they have found algorithmically makes them the most money in other places.
They didn't.
Which is why in Genshin, characters and their weapons are gacha in separate gachas.
Ugh. But, like,
because when you get one, you really want the other, so you commit to it, and then the price point is easier to swallow because the price point is separated out.
Yeah, and then you see the price point with it all together in your basket anyway. So, like, for the tweet set, they are selling, like, a skirt short combo separately, which is an extra, like, maybe $30, bit less, $25, because exchange. Like, they didn't used to do this. It was only ever the shoes that were separate. This is something they've developed into.
Which implies that it's through marketing and, like, the way them looking at their spreadsheets of numbers, they've decided this is the most, since they've moved towards it, that this is the more effective way to do it for them monetarily.
Yep. And with that note, let's go to Volks USA.
Wait, hold on. There's roller skates.
Okay, so the roller skates we did talk about before. So those are...
I think these roller skates were Volks member, like, VIP only last time.
You are correct. They still are.
Bummer.
That I'm aware of.
Not a big bummer. I mean, it's very easy to become nowadays. In my day, it was not this easy. But nowadays, it is easy to be VIP.
Yeah, so, like,
VIP member.
The bar hop outfit and the skates were released separately.
Yes.
One
was VIP member only and one wasn't.
Yeah, the skates were the VIP member part.
Mm-hmm. Which they do with shoes frequently. Like, this is an old Volks style.
And I think
to take.
And I think these shoes are, I think the wheels are static to
I would hope so. Otherwise I'd be falling the heck over.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of smaller dolls, like, have functional wheels, but, like, the kind of dolls that are very stable or wide center of gravity or stuff, but yeah. They're very cute.
I wonder if they didn't sell well, which is why they're coming around again.
No, this is their first release.
Oh, is this the first release?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought this was the second. Never mind.
Though it does say the special GLVS VIP members has been changed to the general sale price. So...
I think this is second release, general public access,
Oh.
because it didn't sell very well under the VIP model. Which they will do.
Oh.
They will take extra stock if there's enough of it, and they'll switch it around.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, now to Volks USA. Alright, so the thing I noticed when I was here, because I needed to get new rooting hair.
Ah, yes.
So here's my journey. Let me just briefly go back to OBS and go side by side. So here's my journey. My old Barbie, which I showed previously, had very straw-like dead hair. So I am mid rerooting her. Let me put her face in front of my face so it focuses on her face, and then bring her center of the camera. There we go. So I'm mid rerooting her. But I had run out of material because I bought it previously. This way, yes. So I had bought it previously. But it wasn't enough. One ream or whatever they call it. They actually have it in grams. 30 grams of hair. So my previous bag did not have enough because it needed more. It did say on the website one should be good for any product. You can actually see the old packaging and the new packaging. Yay. The one without the list on the side is the new packaging. So it is technically the same color. I see a little maybe color difference between the two, but also one's just been sitting around for ages, and how much can you color match something over the period of, I don't know, 5-6 years that I didn't use the other one because I had a lot of initiation problems, but that has been starting to go away as I've been cleaning and organizing my space more. So yay.
Congratulations.
Huzzah.
Like, yarn lots can't even keep themselves consistent with their dye colors between a month or two in, like, even big box stores. So I'm not expecting wig fiber to be any better.
Yeah, so to briefly explain this process, that comes in a very long thing. Then let me do my self center. I guess center, local center. So you get a big ream and then you cut that in half, because then this gets shoved into the doll's head in half in suit.
And half again.
Yeah, unless you want the as I have her to the side, totally hair Barbie version length hair, then you can root the whole thing. So there's a few methods of doing this. The most common one is to pressure root. I used to do this by getting a needle, cutting open the head at an angle, and creating my own rooting tool. Frankly, I was a little tired of that, so I bought an Amazon one, but it's kind of crappy, and I probably should have bought something more legit. But this is the rooting tool that I got that came in this little kit with an extra needle and the like. Not that you're ever going to see it, but on the top, it kind of has a two-pronged fork thing. And that two-pronged fork thing is what grabs into the center of the hairs and then pushes it in. When you're doing a doll that had hair previously, you need to cut it all off very tightly. I actually had pictures of this and I forgot to prep them. And then using something like forceps, though this one was kind of annoying because they're locking ones, because I use them for restringing. So every time I kind of brought it in there, I'd have to unhook it to grab something else. But you have to use something that's tiny enough that you can get it into the doll's head. They mentioned needle nose pliers, but my needle nose pliers weren't thin enough to get in there. And then you have to pull all the stuff that you had just cut short out. And then you're ready to pressure root this stuff in. However, there's also another method, which I'm going to use for the bangs to be more exact on the angle. That method is detailed on here, and I haven't attempted it yet. It's something like you thread this long needle, pull it through the head, and then you cut that part open. and then the knot is what keeps it from coming out. In the pressure method, you're reliant on the vinyl kind of grabbing it back, and then what people often do is put glue into the doll's head, like tacky glue or hot glue or the like, to put something in there to really seal that hair into place. So that is the story. That is my current project. I'm nearing completion. Even though her hair kind of looks like a ret canal, there's a lot of loose fibers that aren't actually in all the way, and I got to trim it, style it, heat style it. Once the bangs are in, they were like, use a metal chopstick to curl bangs. I'm like, I don't have a metal chopstick, and then I realized,
I remember this revelation. I was there for it.
I'm like,
wait, I have straws.
I have metal reusable straws, so that'll work. So I can heat that to use that as a curling iron, essentially, for the dolls. So, huzzah! Yeah, everybody that doesn't think they had something to curl their doll's hair, if you have a reusable metal straw, you do.
So you were looking for the rooting hair on Volks' website, and you noticed something.
Yeah, so, because when you're there and you're like, oh, I need to buy like $4 doll hair. Let me see what else is going on. No sales on all that, but, oh, let's see. I don't know this website as well anymore. Other goods. Wow, it loads slow like now. Probably just because of my phone. You know what? I think it's over here. Somewhere. Yes, found it. And as this loads, I noticed all these books on sale.
And then you told me, and I noticed all the books on sale.
Yeah.
So I think we have matching, not quite fully matching, but we have very similar stacks right now.
Yeah, so I'll go through my stack and then, actually, why don't we could do a side-by-side stack in a moment. So the Dollfie Dream books I didn't get because Dollfie Dreams are not like my primary love here.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the Fashion Doll quarterlies are like $1, and if you look through the history of them, a lot of them have doll patterns that work on BJDs and the like that you can bring out right from the book. And then if we just click on Super Dollfie books, wow, some of these are already out of stock. So go me.
It was about a week and a half ago, wasn't it?
Just about a week ago. So we have Komame's Little Lessons, which I think I got all the ones that I didn't have before.
Yeah, like when I went onto the website with the Komame lessons, only volume 4 and 3 were still in stock.
I think
the ones I have.
I think I already had the Dollfie Perfect catalog in my hands, so I didn't go for that. Wow, a lot of them aren't even listed here now. They're just gone. So
they are succeeding at their goal of moving stock.
Yeah, so go us. All right, so I saw you got some Komame's Little Lessons. I had one already in my house, which was volume 1, because I think that one came with a DVD or something. So I was like, I got the first edition post haste, but I got volume 3, 4, and 5, which I guess means
5 was not even on the website. 1 and 2 were non-existent, so I got 3 and 4.
Yeah, I'd never got volume 2. Oops, is that in existence? Oh, come on.
If it was, I would have bought it, so it's not.
Yeah, it's not. So those come with patterns, which is really fun.
And not even just not patterns in terms like, here's a picture, but physical paper patterns.
Yeah, no, it's really great. So those were fun. I like that one came with like a feedback. There's like a feedback card.
There's the feedback card, but it's like so out of date. You can't send it anywhere, but it's like a nice piece of ephemera.
Yeah, it says 2014. So, October 2014.
They really don't make these books anymore as much. I think the hobby has pretty much. They don't feel the need to to support the hobby in this way. They know the hobbyists themselves are doing it.
Yeah, especially like just it's so much easier to host sites. Do YouTube is no longer like restricting you to like 30-minute slots or anything like that. So like all of that is really helping.
There's also third-party folks who are making like books that talk about these things as well.
Yeah.
So they don't need to spend the resources over in this place trying to teach the hobby how to engage with the hobby.
Yeah.
The way they might have used to need to.
Yeah, like I saw on your hand you had the Halloween themed pattern book. I think I have pattern book 1 and pattern book 3. Where's the show off the Halloween pattern book? There you go.
Is it specifically Halloween or is it just autumn? You can tell because he has a little leaf.
Oh, that's not the pattern book. I thought you got the pattern book too. The more square-shaped book?
Oh, I have 2 of those as well, yes. I have the Yofuku one.
Yeah.
And then Yofuku being Western-style clothing for the uninitiated. And I also have this classic guy.
Hey, we have one person watching. Hi, Jen Cindieri. Ooh, good.
Hi, Jen. Welcome to our rambling. We are very delighted to ramble at someone. We will ramble at each other very easily. But it's always good to have an audience member.
We're used to rambling just with each other because we didn't used to do these live, so it's normal.
And also, the podcast is just an extension of something we were already doing all the time.
Right.
So, like for, I guess this would be, I need to look up some kanji because when it's written this way, it's hard for me to actually read. But, this is probably, like, fantastical. But, like, there's a hat. There's a witch hat right there.
There's a witch hat, and then for SD 13 or 17, there's definitely, like a vampire vibe.
Oh, yes. It's definitely, well, it's like, it's that we're vampires because we are visual K-ing really, very hard.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of things in here. Like, one of the most valuable pieces, I forgot why I was so excited when you showed me that these particular books were on sale, is that, there's a vampire one that you were talking about.
Yeah.
So we can just sort of, like, do a little bit of a, like, show and tell here. Is that there's goes through
one? And then there's the girl one. Yeah. It goes through piece by piece.
Construction pieces, which is different than doing it for people.
And
because you're working it so small.
And these books are great. I've had them for years. I particularly have had that one for years because I always lean towards fantasy for my doll's dress. Is because it has a lot of visual indicators piece by piece on what to do. However, even if you can't read Japanese, if you just Google like Japanese sewing terms, you will find a little visual guide that translates everything. And these books have been around for so long. Somewhere on DOA, there used to be like a translation for pieces too, which was amazing.
These days, also, Google Translate has where you point your phone at it.
Yeah.
And it does its best. And I'm not going to say it's always correct, because it isn't. There is no way for it to be terribly correct. But it will give you enough of a clue that if you know at least one, like a little bit about sewing, I think you have a chance.
Yeah, you're going to need to learn things like the word inside, outside, lining. And that's about it. There's like right, left. And if you have been in this hobby for a while, the other part is identifying which parts are for which pattern and size. And just knowing how to read SD13 boy versus girl will help you a lot there. So it's pretty good. And one of my earliest things I ever sewed, I actually got this book and sewed something for my doll before I ever received the doll. So I had an outfit waiting because of this book. So I recommend it. I've had and used that book so long that the binding has unglued. It doesn't help that I keep, the pattern pieces in the back, which kind of poofs it up, and I put some stress on the spine. So the thing that I got is this monster. So this I want to, at some point, go through with you which will be amazing. We could almost do an entire podcast on this. We could like put the camera on top. You could do on the fly translation. I don't know, but that might be easier in person. But man, I just got it back into this.
I'm so
stupid
sad
sheath.
that I don't have that. Mohitari no Watashi, which is the classic Volks phrase, which is another you.
Yeah, so this is the 2009 version of this release, which was right around the time I went to Doll's Party. And I remember it quite distinctly because the book was about $90 and I couldn't afford it. And if you bought the book, it entered you to be able to enter to win, or I don't know if it was just make as much as you want, but the limited version of Pearl. And this was one of the things that I...
And then when you're talking about Doll's Party, this is the U.S. one?
Yes, the New York City one. I've actually never been to one in Japan.
And I've never been one to America, so between the two of us.
Yeah, we got our bases covered, except now they're totally different in Japan, so we kind of sort of have our bases covered.
They're not so different.
Yeah. So, one of the things that I rock, paper, scissors for with President Shigeta was...
I forgot that's what...
The one thing I walked away with was a foam board poster with that limited doll on it. So that's been living in my house since then. But
yes.
But the I can see why this was as much money as it was. It has these like thin pages in spots with like, this just has like a very light printing of like a feather here. This is kind of like thinner paper. My favorite part, there's so much, but there's another part with thin paper that's over here. And it's, you can see how beautiful this is. It's got that butterfly on it, and it's got text down the center, and it's just amazing.
Gorgeous piece of paper.
Yeah. And I forgot this doll existed.
Oh, which one? The hand one?
Yeah, and I'm just like, what?
Oh, they did do that.
I just need to get a really awesome kimono for
I feel like that was
Dolly.
A one-off. It must have been a one-off.
No, it was a release. They actually go through in here, somewhere in here, all the releases and things. Like,
hey, folks, do more of that. Can we do that again?
Yeah. Can we just release?
I love the historical releases.
I will just pay $200, folks, just for the kimono, please. Because I don't need the full doll. I really don't. I don't need more dolls. I would more
love
clothes.
To see more like classically inspired, rather than more like modern classic, but like Meiji era clothing is very interesting. So this is a very transitional period. And it has a very distinct like look to it, but like things like that. I wish they were doing a run of like historically inspired stuff for a while, and they've moved away from that a little bit lately.
Let's see. Let me put local center. There we go. So here we have the extra piece that came in with that very hard to get back into book sleeve, which is a 10-year history, and they have a lot of notes in here, all in Japanese. They must have shipped all of...
Sit down together and we'll try to parse it.
Yeah, it's thick too. Like it goes in hard. Just so much data. Wait, everybody, for Lindsay's camera to catch up. She has to go off the live.
The camera catching up is me. The stream is on a delay.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
For those of you who don't know, I can't see Becca directly, so I have to watch the way the rest of you do. So everything's on a delay.
One of the things in one of the Little Kamame's lessons that was absolutely enthralling was they had concept art and like
concept art. That's interesting. Ooh, I always love the nuts and bolts stuff.
Yeah, so if yours doesn't have the concept art, you can always come over and look at my book collection. So it has concept art and also like sculpts as they were developing some of the older, newer bodies. No longer newer, but newer.
At the time, new.
Yeah. So that all happened.
It feels like Volks is like they were experimenting really hard for a few years there, about 7 years ago, in like experimenting with their joints and the way they wanted their joints to put together, and they seem to have settled with the resin anyway. Really settled into they like the way where they are at now, because I haven't seen as many releases advertising like new knees things like that.
Yeah, meanwhile we got the F cubed for the Dollfie Dream. We just had the new Dollfie Dream size. Oh, we can talk about that briefly since we just went into there. Yeah, new Dollfie Dream size.
We're not sure if it's going to be mainline, but they're going to do it at least once.
So,
because
usually
that's what they do with the limited, is they test things in them, and sometimes they do them in other places, and sometimes they're like, well, this was a bad idea.
So it says, what was it? Chimuni?
Oh, let me look at it myself.
Chimini? I feel like that's a double Sue on there. It's confusing.
I need to look at it because I closed the link. Look at me. Alright, I even found the link. Let's see. Spy Family. Well, it's to frame it for those who have no idea what's going on. Spy Family is a very popular anime and manga. It's very, very good. It drags you in whether you like it or not. And they did release Yor, who is secretly an assassin, is pretending to be married to someone who's secretly, this is all first episode shit, that is secretly a spy. They mutually do not know each other or secretly the things they are secretly, but they have mutually agreed to pretend to be married. And for various reasons, they also have to pretend to have a child. And
nothing can possibly go wrong.
And now Anya is the child, and she's in this new size.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find more specifically what they're calling her.
Top right of the image, right to the top. Her left, our top right.
Chimiko.
A ko. Why am I thinking ni?
Because it looks a lot like it, but it's not.
Oh.
Chimiko. That makes more sense for what they're trying to do, because she's a little child, and ko means child in a certain could mean child potentially.
Oh, is that hiragana? Wait.
That is hiragana.
Hiragana, and that's ko. Why don't
ko is also in hiragana, which is why I know it's ko.
Why
it would be neat if this was katakana, and you're getting thrown by the fact it's bolded.
Oh, thank you for figuring out why my brain was going crazy.
Why the struggle was being real. No, yeah. It's hiragana there. It's just written in a very bold way, which is usually reserved for katakana words. It's chimiko. So it's like chibi, but chimi, and then ko for child, so chimiko. So it's a super cute word.
Like, you can tell she's smaller.
It's trying to be cute.
You can tell she's smaller by the weight of the fabrics on her and the way that the everything is lying. It looks like her mouth might be painted on in an open manner, so it looks like it might be smooth like that.
They don't have like the full website for her yet, which is maddening, so you can't like look into.
No, on the 11th, which is what, tomorrow?
Yes.
It's almost today.
Actually, it's almost today. It could be today, actually.
Yeah.
Because of the way time drag works. Because right now it's 10 a.m. and over there it's 10 p.m.
Yeah.
So
maybe
in a few hours it will be that day.
We'll give it one more click and refresh when we finish the stream just to see.
We better be done before midnight.
Well, I mean
Japanese time.
Oh, it's a midnight Japanese time. Yeah.
Yes, which would be lunchtime for us.
Yeah. So we'll see. So other. Do you have any other purchases?
We're gonna see what happens.
Or doll things that you have done?
I think actually, do we want to talk about the Peach body while we're talking about body sizes and vinyl?
Oh, yeah. Let me see.
That seems like a transition we can do. That sounds normal and natural, like a normal people might do.
Yeah.
Smart Doll's got a new body size they're doing, and it's kind of cool. I will give Daddy Chu a point once.
Oh, I wrote peach instead of pear. Ha ha ha.
Oh, is it peach or is it pear?
Pear.
It's pear. It must be pear because we're obsessed with food names with female bodies. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, it's because of the original concept of it was narrower at top, wider at bottom, and then.
Pear is a classic. Like in the fashion industry, they like to label your body significantly, and pear is one of the labels.
All right, let me get. Come on, go to the stupid twinner butt. Fucking X, hate it. I could curse. I said this wasn't for children. Come on.
You told YouTube this is not children's content. Stop.
Yeah, because if I don't tell them that, then I'm not allowed to have chat.
A lot of things.
I'm not allowed to have a chat.
Oh, you know what? I actually like that. I like that for children-based media, that you cannot make them randomly see random things from random people, because goodness knows what will happen. People are nasty, and they will purposely go to children's-based media to be nasty about things.
Let's see. Oh, they did some re-releases, but I want to see the pair bodies, please.
So the Smart Doll pair body
here we go.
Is a plus-size body type that's looking really cute.
What browser?
And Danny's just going for it.
Oh, I like this wig. I love brown curly wigs. So I have one up that is a beautiful image of a girl in a dark hair and gray suit. I guess I can just copy and paste this into the chat for you so you can see it real time, which one I particularly found. So she has wonderful curves. If you would like to definitely see more about this.
Didn't Her Lady Disdain do an interview about this recently?
Yes, they were able to directly interview Danny. They've been talking about it and people's reactions to it, good and bad. And then they also got sent a prototype pre-production doll that they just opened live with chat yesterday at noon. Yeah, so they have a lot of content about this. So she looks amazing with clothes on. I love the wider jaw. My Lady Disdain actually swapped heads. It's hard. The neck is wider, so it's harder to put the older doll on the current the pear-shaped body, because the wider neck and there is like a concave part to allow the neck to go in, but you can put the bigger head on the older body, which I thought looked absolutely adorable and almost Lika like, which was very, very fun. I swear there's
what I do appreciate they're taking into account that when you're a person with a larger body, your proportions are simply different.
Yeah, and I want more pictures because there's so many more pictures here of the plus size dolls. I missed all these chaos stuff. I guess I blinked. That happens a lot. Here's another image. She has beautiful freckles. They are using the same new haptic frame. They're not making any modifications to the frame.
I was wondering if that was or wasn't the case.
There's a little extension for the width of the shoulder piece, but otherwise
so it is different.
Just a little. It has like what they described as a breakaway piece, so they can take it off for the one version and then leave it on for this version.
That is an easier way to handle that.
But because Smart Dolls have the port in the back, it required that they kind of created a concave section near the spine so that the Smart Doll port would line up externally, which is not aesthetically pleasing per se, but
it's a concession to logistics.
Yeah. But how much are you going to be really viewing your doll from the back? At an angle. Because from direct on, you clearly can't tell the depth of it. in a photo anyway, but like from the front you can. And here and then this image I just brought up, you can see the two of them side by side. I love the size of her chest, of her upper arms. He's using the same hands and feet, but everything else vinyl has been changed. And it looks gorgeous.
They did a nice job with it.
Is it a doll for me? No, I don't really feel like expanding my collection, but I love her visually.
They did a nice job of making her clearly a larger person and but being very respectful about how the body changes when you carry more weight.
Yes. Maybe the reason I'm not seeing that much is because I'm not looking at his one. Yeah, here we go. Here is a super cute one. Copy. Let me get you to the same spot faster. Paste. Like, this orange tiger kigurumi is just...
Oh, I did see that.
So adorable, especially with those hands. Yeah. And then the next...
Do we have any news at when he's thinking about releasing it?
In the interview that he did with My Lady Disdain, he was talking about the last bits that they were working on, like electroplating and the like. So they're not there yet, but they're getting closer.
So they're in the middle of ramping up for full manufacture, is what it sounds like.
Yeah. Here you can see... Here's a segue. Here you can see them printing... 3D printing on an Elegoo printer the lower part for it, the bottom bust, and it has...
Oh, as part of their prototyping.
Yeah. Which, funnily enough, I ended up getting a 3D printer.
I'm very excited to see where you go with it, because it really opens up a whole realm of creative making that is otherwise very difficult to achieve.
Yeah, I'm still in the process of getting things like, what's the word? Calibrated for exposure and the like. Oh yeah, by the way, one of those little books came with this fucking cute komame. It's awesome. Yay. Did you get one of these? Little komame?
You gotta wait a minute because I can't see.
Oh, yeah, right. Did you get a komame keychain thing?
I did not.
It says it came with volume 5.
I don't have volume 5 because it was not present.
Maybe that's...
It was gone, my friend.
Maybe that's why...
He's cute.
Yeah, no, he's super cute.
No, I got the dregs before they were truly dregs.
Yeah.
I hesitated on it because I filled up my car. I'm like, that's more money than I want to spend right now. So I had to then... I let it sit, and then I went back later and went, okay, these are the things that I'm really most interested in obtaining in this opportunity that's being offered.
Yeah, I also filled and then purged, and it came down to those 4...
That's generally how I run such things. I'll let myself be impulsive, but then later, now that all my choices are next to each other, I will then, like, peel it out.
Yeah,
and also I picked up some Slayer's washi tape, because they also had it on sale at the time.
This is fair. And now everything's in the same shop.
I didn't just get books, actually. I got some of their... I don't know if you've ever interacted with this. I'm curious about seeing how it works. Is there water wax?
I haven't...
For the wigs?
Done that yet, but that's something you would need for, like, Lena Inverse's wig, right?
That's why I got it.
Yeah.
Because some of her... she has portions of her wig pieces that are so... anime. They need to be kind of like use a material to kind of put them together, and they're starting to splay apart a little bit just through time and wear, and also bringing her to the one convention as well. She got knocked around like naturally, nothing surprising, and this way I can use a water-based material that is easy to clean. Like, I'm not worried about it interacting with the wig material.
That might be
like rearrange.
That might be what I need eventually in order to like get cloud wig happening. But yeah, I also did briefly before a 3D printing talk, I did go get some stuff from Dallas Doll Co. before they closed out. The glare is rough. There we go. So there's some eyes that I got. I got some wigs. I can actually bring her forward. Melfina is currently sporting. Where's camera? Here's camera. Kind of more. This wig feels like it suits her more.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of feel that mask look a little bit. When I wore it with the... And it needs the 5 head in order for the mask to work. The copper face mask thing. So she's looking a lot better with that. And then she works better without bangs.
Mm-hmm.
I did get some things for Naomi, which is my Coco's strength. And I did get her earrings on, and the reproduction Barbie outfit came, and she's looking absolutely amazing in it. She's sporting some
good
white Volks with some stains, vinyl shoes. But she's looking absolutely fabulous with that. She came with 2 scrunchies, which is fun. One of which is the fun color, which in true 90s format, I took one of the doll brushes to not lose the scrunchie, and I just put the scrunchie around the handle of the doll brush.
Classic.
Yeah, very classic 90s. And so...
Oh, speaking of things coming in, my Fibonacci, which is a Tinyfox Fibonacci full set.
Right.
Which I was very pleased with myself, because she was an impulse, I would say, because the price point of their full sets are impulsible, is that she's no longer available. So I was like, ooh, good. I chose good timing.
Yeah.
I have to say, I have had such an excellent customer experience with Jane's Dollland. Like, especially when dealing with the Chinese-based factory, because the creators, because there's such a logistical hurdle in getting things from there to here sometimes, that having someone on top of it that isn't you is really sweet. And she is so, like, her emails, she's so on top of them. She is really on top of the logistics. I, like, completely trust her with my money kind of situation.
Yeah, like, I pre-ordered the muscle body, and I pinged because she showed some, like, hinty stuff on a new Tinyfox, and it was, like, really cool. Like, well, maybe we'll talk about it another time, but because we have so much to talk about. Really cool, like bomber jacket and punk vibe.
It's up on her website now.
Yeah, no, it's really awesome.
But that is a lead-in to Fibonacci. When you got the full set, you're supposed to get this cool, like, broken iris eye that came with it. And it just wasn't in my package, so I had contacted her, and she was like, well, I'll throw it in. I'll either mail it to you now, or I can throw it in with a future order. And I'm like, well, I did want to get different feet. It just takes time for everything to happen. It just takes, like, a few months for these things to work through the logistics. And they finally came in beautifully, and I am extremely pleased.
Oh, yeah.
I got sets of hands for her, sets of feet for her, got her eyeball. She's looking very stunning.
Huzzah! Yeah, I'm
she's
excited.
Very sexy off to my left right now, but she's, like, perfectly balanced. So I do not want to disturb it.
Take some nice pictures, and we why don't we, like, have some pictures ready for show and tell next time on our dollies? Because sometimes, like, the still photos, like, can be even better. Even though the camera on my iPhone,
they're a different experience.
The camera on my iPhone, it's stopped focusing. It's like it's at a set focal point. So,
it no longer wishes to change.
Yeah, I don't want to spend money on a phone if the rest of the phone's working, but I guess my phone currently can only do 4G and not 5G.
Is it both cameras or only one side?
Only one side, but it's really hard to take a picture when there's no viewfinder.
I know.
So if you flip and you use the selfie, boy, it's iffy. The other thing I got post Barbie movie was this made-to-move yoga Barbie, which will pop up on Lindsay's screen eventually. And I did, in fact, get some, I forget what they're called. It's like a German name for a stand. But these lovely, simple metal stands are so wonderfully great for fashion dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Jay Louisa is here, so hi! I already said hi
Hey,
in
Jay.
chat, but it's great.
Always lovely to see you and have you around.
But
You're
yeah,
always a lovely member of the chat.
these guys are interesting because they have a hip joint too, so there's a lot of, and a rotational joint by the shoulder. So there's a lot of posability and movability and everything. So it is.
I appreciate that you have her displaying floating midair.
Yoga fire. It's, yeah. It's too bad I can't like bring it up and into the pant like the illusion when people are floating.
Yes. Well, we can. It's still pretty good, I think, for what we have available to us.
Okay, so 3D printer. Still calibrating it. So when you calibrate, right? I'll show some of the calibration pieces, and I guess I'm the main show for a little bit, so I will go to center, local center. So you print out these little calibration cards. You could actually look at them. Let me cover my face. There you go, camera. You could actually look at them curing them in the curing station or in just the sunlight, which we don't have a lot of today. And you're supposed to be able to tell with certain things and how it is, what your calibration is. There's actually also...
It's like you're running a test page on your printer.
Yeah, it's like and it's specifically for the issue of exposure time, because it's exposing to UV light and you can change how long each layer is exposed to light. Obviously, as you bring it up, it'll do more. So then there's these, which are called the cones of calibration. Cones of calibration are divined...
cones of calibration.
It's from Table Flip Foundry, who also provided with the cones of calibration this little tiny dude, which is, I think, called Puck the Adventurer. It'll show up eventually, Lindsay. I'm so sorry. We'll figure out a workaround to this eventually. I think I'll just get a separate camera and try that. See how much my
There must be a way to do this because people have to do this all the time. I'm
right.
sure the internet
Yeah.
will tell us.
I just haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, what a cute little dude.
There we go. Delay has caught up. So
he's like a little kobold guy.
Yeah. So these are the cones of calibration, and you have obtained mastery over the cones of calibration, which quite specifically on the video that they used to describe it don't require attunement.
I see what their hobby is when they're not 3D printing.
Yeah. So it's supposed to have fails, all fails one side, all connected cones on the other side. So I did get one I did get one that did that, but I'm still not having success. I'm now going to, let's see, do web browser. So I became the Patreon of Alith Art, who does these really cool dolls that you can buy the files for, but you can also just be a Patreon, and they give files every month.
What's her name again?
AELITH Art. Actually, I guess I can just copy and paste and send you this.
She has an Etsy page as well if anyone's interested in checking her out.
Yeah, right now I'm showing the Etsy page. So a lot of the stuff that she develops she'll eventually have here, but $10 a month you at least get one sort of thing.
Spider head is cute.
It might be the bonus thing for October for members of the Patreon if you want to support her. Just saying.
Oh no, I'm not with the 3D printer.
I mean, just for anybody that's like watching, you know.
That's true. That's true.
To help support this artist. Ooh, Jay Louisa says almost done with Zelgadis. Got to paint his cape and put them together.
Hold the stream. Oh, he finished. Oh, I'm so glad, Jay. This came up when I was yelling about Zello several weeks ago on, I got so excited. Could you feel me activate? I remember the saga of this jam. I'm so glad you gave me an update on it. I was wondering how you were doing. For those who have no idea what I'm talking about, because I'm referring to a stream with Shizu-san from a few weeks ago. Volks has these model kits you can put together in their other side of their store that is not the Dollfie side, where they give you all the parts to like put together a statuette. But all the parts are like made out of a colored plastic resin. I'm not quite sure what the material is. So you don't have to paint it if you don't want to. It still looks good. And Zelgadis was one of them, and he's fairly complicated. So good on you. Good job, J. Louisa. That is fantastic. I'm very impressed because it is not an easy thing to do. Anyway.
No.
You've definitely activated the whole Lindsay.
I need to like reduce my shine on my camera here.
Anyway, it looks like the Aelith has.
Better.
It's really cool that Aelith seems like they're doing okay at least with the style that they have and making it available. And
yeah,
there's a lot of BJD files on the internet.
Yeah, you can tell. So if I keep scrolling or getting to the next page, I can tell where. I feel like I can tell where they started because they have this Klonoa model. And I'm like, yes, everything makes sense now.
This is very much in your wheelhouse, isn't it? Aesthetically.
Yeah.
Oh, they have. Oh, that's cute. They have. Oh, that's not a. Never mind.
It's not a doll.
I misunderstood something I was looking at.
But yes, so with that, I've attempted to print. Let me bring it up on the actual screen. I've attempted to print pieces from what is called the Nyandroid.
Yeah,
it's a good name. It's a very good name.
I see.
So,
I see.
For everybody that can see things, actually, here is the Nyandroid, but I'm having mixed results, unfortunately, so far. Let me see.
Do you think it's because of the calibration issues that you're experiencing?
Yeah, I'm having supports fail. So this, like, bangs was one thing that actually came out correctly so far. Then I do have the head back. However, the back of the head had some weird failures. I think these little things are where the ponytails are supposed to plug into the back, but that didn't happen quite right, and because the supports failed and then it didn't print right together.
So I guess that implies that the light is not, the UV is not activating strong enough to harden such a small piece correctly.
Yeah. And then if you want to see the good old failure, so here's a face. It didn't make it. Oh, you couldn't make it, to quote DDR. It had all sorts of weird peeling between the, like, it fused to the plate, and then that part peeled, and then these are supposed to be supports that go up and touch this, but then those failed. And
could it possibly be the resin you're using?
So you're supposed to be able to calibrate for like any given resin. You can see how cute it will be. Like if I put it like this, you can kind of
yes, you can see the shape of it. And being able to print in resin is so nice because you can sort of smooth away because you're just doing like layer, and when you're using the extruded plastic wire, it's like you can see your printing layers.
Yeah,
texture.
You can
when you do resin, there's ways around that,
and you can like sand it easier without melting it and making it too shiny and things like that. Which is
it's resin. You can do all the things to resin that you normally do to resin.
Yeah, without having to put like a layer on top of it. Like oh my gosh, I forget which artist did this, but they made the life-size Barbie that was crazy.
Moonlight.
Yeah, Moonlight sometimes. I don't think.
I think it's Moonlight BJD is
Yeah.
the individual you're speaking of.
So, yeah. So printing is occurring. I'm trying to get things so that the supports don't fail so that I can create things. Now, granted, those are heavier than little Puck the Adventurer, but I'm even having Puck the Adventurers fail and with the little tiny supports failing, and I don't understand. Jay Louisa says, I wanted some of those files, but I have no 3D printer. There
are people who will print for you.
Yeah.
Too.
And then you don't have to worry about all the calibration stuff that I'm going through right now because you just have a service do it. Or you can be crazy like me and just kind of dive in. Moonlight Jewel. Thanks you, Jay Louisa.
Oh, thank you, Jay Louise.
So, I think that covers all of the mess in front of me. Oh, yeah, I did get one of the log books because I couldn't resist because it was $2.50.
Oh my gosh, some of those things were like $1, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I know. For the Hot Doll, I wouldn't know which ones. Like, I was away from the house, so I didn't know which magazines I had or didn't have. I'm like, this is fine.
And especially when it comes to magazines, it's not worth having to. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the space.
Yeah. Though a lot of those did come with patterns, and if you could figure out which ones have patterns that you actually wanted, it's really cool.
But then you have to know.
Then you have to know, and you have to research, and that takes time.
Yeah.
And I wanted my hair so I could finish my project. So, do you have anything else?
I was wondering how you ended up knowing about the book sale, because they didn't actually advertise having a book sale. And now my question has been answered.
Yeah, I just needed the hair for the rooting. So I think we can take a quick 5-minute break. I can clear my area here, and then we can do an unboxing of a mystery figure that I've been having here for like a month or so.
Oh, look at you being so restrained.
I hate it and I love it because like there's like that dopamine that like you buy it and then you're really excited for it to come here, but I wanted to open it with you.
Aww,
but
I appreciate that.
But then that falls into the Doom City where like everything is content. Yes. And then like Shizu-san had like a doll that he had not opened for like 2 or 3 years and that was sitting there waiting for content to occur.
Shizu-san. I mean, I get it.
I don't.
Man.
1 month is fine. 1 or 2 months is fine, but I can't.
1 month is a treat.
Yeah, there's a limit.
I am so bad. I am so bad at like restraining myself, even from giving gifts. I cannot like wait until a giving gift period of the year. If I find something for somebody, I'm just giving it to you because I need the joy of having given it.
Yeah, like how I just kind of threw ketchup sauce at you.
Mother trucker, I think I had something for you. You were just here the other day.
Oh, you gave me another thing. You gave me the white Kuma wrap. Was there another thing?
I'm trying to remember if the thing I'm thinking of is for you or for someone else. No, it's for you.
We'll figure it out.
No,
you'll visit.
It's a cat-based thing, which is why I'm getting lost. There's like 2 people. There's you and my friend Tara, and I'm trying to remember who it was for.
No worries.
In my house.
Oh.
I'll remember eventually. Don't mind me.
So.
Anyway, let's go on a 5-minute break.
Yeah,
I can actually,
nice little
I'll
bio
grab
break.
Something to eat. You can grab something. You can stretch your legs, and then you can switch over, so you guys don't have to watch us finagle about.
Yes.
And we are going to do an unboxing. Could you tease us what the brand is for the unboxing?
Mandarake. Do I remember the brand? It's similar to My Action Heroes.
Oh, is it like?
Yeah.
Like how big we talking?
1/6 scale, roughly.
1/6 scale.
But
mystery box.
My Action Hero like.
Very exciting. I didn't even know this existed. You hadn't even mentioned it.
I can't remember the brand right off the top of my head because it's been 2 months or whatever. Okay.
Well, then we'll all discover anew.
Okay,
together.
So we will be
like a family.
Right back.
All right.
welcome back.
We return, and now it is time.
We have a box in my very awkward, cluttered as heck area right now, but you know we're working with it. We're making it work.
We're being flexible about our circumstances.
So it's from Mandarake, as viewers can see.
For those who aren't familiar with what Mandarake is, it's a second-hand shop in Japan that is extremely well run.
Isn't it also like the Rulers of the Universe or something?
That is the subtitle, because Mandarake is a very old anime reference.
Oh, what is it? I don't know what's a reference.
It's like an old, I don't think it's a Gundam exactly, but I think it's in that same category of like space science fiction, and it's like from the 80s.
Oh, it says...
It's from quite a while ago.
I'm sorry, it says Rulers of Time. Rulers of Time. Can you get rid of my gray hair, please? So,
oh my goodness! I just learned that Mandarake is old as we are.
87?
Yeah.
Dang. Alright. So, here is Box.
I wonder it's so cool.
Box is something that I wanted to get kind of when I was in Japan, but I had limited funds. And which was in 2008, so I told myself various reasons why I didn't like it that much. However, there has been very little merchandise of this character in this way. Very, 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 very little. Also, I'm sorry if my audio, by the nature of my box needing to be here, my microphone has to be there, so I might be quieter, so sorry everybody.
You sound fine to me, in as much as you don't sound any different, so the stream should not hear any difference.
Okay. And silly thing, I have to make sure. Let's see, local video, headphone output. Talk again? I want to make sure you're in.
Hello, I'm saying words and things.
Okay, yep, you're in on desktop audio. Perfect. I gotta clean up these things. So I guess I can go local center here. There we go. Oh, now we have...
fairly safe. They kind of expect you to go there.
There's so much more desktop clutter now. Well, this is the streamer life. This is what the desktop looks like. Everything here, including the hairbrush and the komame and like.
It's a real life thing.
The light
this
ring.
This is what life is.
The light ring.
Life looks this way.
I gotta pare down like. I need to touch some grass today because I didn't touch any grass yesterday, and it's the weekend. And I should I know it's rainy, but I just
a little grass.
Yeah, even if it's some wet grass.
It's a treat.
So I'm going to have to open this carefully because if there's any sort of like... I did take off, obviously, the shipping information so I don't dox myself. But I got to make sure there's nothing in here that would...
I'm so proud of you.
Okay. So, reveal. And I'll wait for Lindsay's reaction.
Yeah, this is going to be at speed, as it were. Jay Louisa is saying, gotta get merchandise of characters who don't get any like the popular ones. And I highly agree, because I like really obscure stuff.
Technically, this character...
That's my whole life.
This character is extremely popular. However, the majority of the series, he's in a big tin can. So that's all the stuff that's published on anime. Except
no wonder
for...
you gave in for this, Becca. He's your child.
Yeah, no.
It's your lad. She is Alphonse Elric, who is the younger brother?
Yes, he is Biddy brother.
He's the... I just forgot. I forgot if they were like same or younger. Younger brother to Edward Elric, the protagonist of Full Metal Alchemist. And we see him as a human only a little.
Very little. So, in the main...
Is this from the movie?
It is from Conqueror of Shambhala, which is the only time there has ever been a human version action figure created for Alphonse Elric. Other than...
How did you not open this right away?
So...
Oh my gosh, Becca, you're restrained.
So, when he's open... So, I got him at just around original retail price because he has broken pieces because he's now from 2009 and the plastic is aging. The broken pieces are for the wrists, and I'm like, well, maybe I can 3D print or fix them or something.
Get some super glue up in there.
Yeah, super glue, might need pins. So it is from, I can actually bring this down a little now and even out the image. There we go. Sorry for all the movement on the fly. It is from Medicom Toys. Produce and manufacture. And you can see that doesn't even show on the outside the actual toy. And they were so nice as to put a band around this, because I know it's been played with and stuff, to prevent it from like opening up and having the top get funky.
They really know what they're doing with handling things with care.
They've been doing it for 36 years.
Yeah.
There's a reason I did. So there.
Was it you I had this conversation with? Was it on stream where I was like, look, people say that customer service, there's like a whole thing about it in Japan. That's because people are fucking picky.
Yeah.
And if they didn't do this, people would be really, they would bitch about it.
So I always liked in the Conquer and Shambhala one how Alphonse put similar to, which I had in my own headcanon and role plays that I did. And then they did it, and I'm like, yeah, because that's obvious. Because if Roy Mustang can put like some basic things on his hands and then do it, then Alphonse should be able to as well. So yes. Here is the reveal. Here he is. The parts that were stated as being broken were the hand pegs on two of the hands, one of which I see is down here at the bottom at the moment, and then the other one is in a mystery location. So this
undisclosed.
I will figure it out. So perhaps for the thumbnail I will show off my Alphonse collection in the thumbnail. Here there is residue from where there was once a seal, because this is a used product, gently loved and used. How the heck do these people do these things? I guess they must have their cameras overhead and zoomed in a way, because I have to look at everything in reverse right now. So box is now empty. And here is the boy, the legend, Alphonse Elric. Oh, right away in the back of the box, it comes with a stand, which is interesting.
Oh, that's more figure art than it is.
Yeah, let me see.
Figures tend to have stands.
I'm trying to like not panic over like untaping things and everything, because it's gonna live with me forever. So I don't see. It's not like I have to worry about reselling.
No, that's what's happening here.
So the stand is a clear acrylic stand with a clear acrylic peg. The holders, they have, they don't have any adjustment gripping wise, but they have just a tension screw to make it fit onto the acrylic peg, which is clear, which I like, because if you have a lot of opaque stands in a area, you're gonna end up with like it could become visually cluttered pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. So I do like that clear stand thing. Hopefully, I like this method. I could technically 3D print things like this if I can get it working. When you change resins, you have to change exposure. Clear resins require more exposure time, because if you can imagine, it's harder for it to catch and heat up because it's opaque. Yeah.
Resins take more time?
No, clear. The more clear, the less opaque. So opaque things catch and hold light. Clear things let light pass through. So
I understand. I was thinking more that to like penetrate more easily, but I can see what you mean by the heat being not activated.
Okay. Here the boy. Very carefully. Okay, the other hand is behind him. Here we can see the broken peg. It goes round and then connects to a peg. It has a single pin through the side. I'm glad I have my nails done nice for this today. It's like a nice... Of course, focus on my nails. Purple. Don't focus on this. This is like that Color Street, like Avon style selling thing. So users beware. But so the existing pegs do look like... Okay, this wrist part is part of it. So the existing pegs are in his hand parts, which is good to know. So his coat is wired from the front to the bottom. They put a plastic piece in between his hair and the coat. The hood itself is also wired. There is a part where...
So you can, like, dramatically windswept him.
Yeah, there's a part in the movie where he actually, like, comes out and has it. So one of the things I didn't like originally on this figure doll, it's right in between, because it's, like, built like an action figure but has clothes like a doll. Because I didn't like originally how flat the face looked. It has nice... movement from side to side on the head. Obviously, the eyes are... The face is actually nicely sculpted, and it has nice details on it. I just felt like it looked a little flatter than I liked. The ponytail limits the movement of the head a bit. And, of course, at this scale, you come into the problem of weight of your fabric versus... your clothing. So, especially since they decided to do the coat with a double lining so that they could insert the wire to overcome the weight of the coat, it's like a catch-22.
At least as it being outerwear, you can kind of get away with a little bit more.
Yeah. Now, the innerwear, I don't feel like that bulk is too bad. It's like a little bulky at the shoulders, where the seams kind of come all together. There's a little bit of sloppy seam making where this part's popping out right here. That part's all like a vinyl, so I better be careful with it because it might... Oh, is that a vinyl or a cotton? This is a vinyl. The belt is a vinyl, so that will definitely... There's... Let's see. Double joint.
Needs special care.
Double jointing at the knees. Foot does not have front back capability, but can twist. And it also looks like it pops off. There's probably other parts that are standard Medicom stuff that it can work with. Curious, what kind of chest do you rockin', Alphonse? Are you
probably a weirdly shaped one? They don't always do a good job on shaping them.
Oh, he has an undershirt. What?
Do you think it's to protect the... No, that wouldn't be... It would just be for completion's sake. They're not worrying about staining.
No, I mean, like, there's a little staining here, but... Okay, alright. Ooh, look at the muscles on his arms. I'm happy. Look at this. Very cool. Very cool, very cool, very cool. It has, like, these little pegs and stuff that are softer, in this, so they got, like, stained a little over time. But... Ooh, he look real good. He has an undershirt, a black undershirt like Alphonse. Once again, it's done in 2 layers. It's lined, which is interesting. I would like to take
the elbow joints, as I'm catching up via the stream.
Yeah,
very interesting.
Yeah, they are double joints. Has an upper joint, and all of this is not fused at all. And there's like an extra little shoulder joint. I'm definitely taking off the shirt because the top is very interesting. I'm gonna have to somehow retuck this in to the top, but we need to know for science.
I think you can find a way.
All right, let's see. Holy crap, buddy! They gave him some abs, y'all.
He's got to carry the weight of his trauma.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's really cool. It's a lot cooler than I thought it would be, actually.
There's a lot of love in this guy.
Yeah, he's
Like,
stained, but I don't even care.
the design of the clothing is super thoughtful. It's like using nice material. The base body is probably a generic one from the brand, like from the line that they put different heads on and stuff.
Right.
But the detailing in like the hair and the way the face is painted seems very nice and thoughtful.
Yeah. I'm now. Yeah, that's about right. So the peg is at the moment internally in there, which is why they didn't put any different hands on him. So it's gonna be an interesting battle at another given point to try and unfuse this. Okay, that part's unfused. And then B, that peg. Oh, that peg came out. Alright, so then hand. Hand. So the pegs are a 2-point system, which I guess just is slightly wider and then compresses as you put it in, and that's how that keeps pressure in there. And yeah, that looks right for right to left. So there we go, one hand undone. Funnily enough, I took the other ones back, but yeah, that'll... Might have to use a micro drill and just pull it out with a drill. I'm not sure. We'll figure that one out at some point, sometime, somewhere.
A little determination, a little bit of steel tools.
Yeah, I'll figure that out some point. Like, I would love to show them off with both hands on the stream, but I'll look a little bit. It may not be
in the cards yet.
Yeah, let me.
Because
of
his state.
So this is a awl that came with the rooting hair kit, because if you aren't re-rooting and you're rooting for the first time ever, you need to create your own holes to put it in, and it's easier to do that with this than it is to do with the tool. So you actually poke your hair plan into the head. But can I? I can. Hello. That came out fairly easily, actually.
That's good.
I need like a little baggie to collect these pieces in. Not that I know if I'm gonna reuse the original pieces, but here we go. Now, so here's the part I'm a little scared about. So vinyl likes to stick to vinyl. This belt. I feel like I need to loosen this belt in order to re-put on and retuck that. Okay, I think we're having some luck. I mean, I can remake a belt. Just...
You could even do it with real leather, like a small piece of really thin real leather if you wanted.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay. Save the buckle.
Yep. Okay. Because he's mine forever, because I love my Alphonse.
This is a one-way purchase.
So, quick curiosity check here. Ah, it's just plastic. Just a singular plastic joint here. I guess we can do this and show the joints underneath. So we got a hip rotation. Once again, plugs on the inside for the screws. And double joint here on the knee. Now that we have pants the boy, let's fix that.
Such indignity for poor Alphonse.
Here you can see they, it's hard because it's black on black. You can see they reduced the bulk on the shirt by only doing a single layer. So the only places they had double layers was near edges, just so that they could keep flat. So that was good and smart. So it's only the fist hands, which maybe were the default hands that it came with, that ended up snapping.
Ah.
Which I knew going into it, and I bought it as damaged goods.
Alphonse truly is damaged goods.
All my favorite characters tend to be damaged goods.
Sometimes we all are just we're drawn to certain vibes.
Yeah.
And it's just fun.
Which is why, not that I've been playing it a lot recently because Genshin ate me, but why Twisted Wonderland is fun, because every single character in that game is just damaged goods. Just all of them.
They know what they're here for.
Yeah. Somehow a Disney game. Incomprehensibly.
But the artist is the person who does Black Butler, so...
Oh, is that right? I do like how it all has like a uniform style for the art. Alright, let's see if I can redo this buckle now. Gently, tenderly. Do not scrape off the top of the vinyl from the fabric that is 10 years old. More than 10 years old, right? 2008? Yeah.
Way more than 10.
Because this was in hobby stores and Akiba then. Instead of this, I ended up going home with Buso Shinki. Okay, how do I get this through this belt loop? Good God.
Oh, Buso Shinki are fun, though.
They're relaunching them.
Are they really?
Yes. Do I have a tweezer?
Ah.
So they're
fascinating.
They're relaunching them as model kits now.
I like that, though.
They are expensive, though, but there's things you can do with levels of detail in a model kit that you can't do as well for manufacturing otherwise.
Because there's a lot of pieces that you're not paying to have accomplished because the hobbyist is going to do it. Especially if it's like a super finicky piece.
Exactly. And then if they break it, it's their fault.
Someone else's problem.
I want to get this belt look back through, but I don't know how. Save for like tweezers. Good golly. What is this scale?
Small scale is so delightful, and then you try to do things sometimes in it. You're like, ah.
Am I here? Am I doing it? No. Did I just like create pokies? Yes. I think this requires hello kitten. Dear cat, don't cause trouble. I love you. Hi baby. Daddy's cooking.
I love you, but please don't.
Daddy's cooking over there. I know everyone wants to see this cat though. Okay, you gonna go up and over? You can go up and over. Okay, come down. Where are you going? What is your plan? What?
There is no plan.
Why?
Okay, that's your first mistake.
Why are you interrupting my stream? Alphonse says stop. See, stop. He's like cat, 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 head, cat. Okay. The hands are small enough that they can easily fit through the sleeves. Especially these ones that are together. They should have made a physical ponytail like a yarn. That would make it easier to turn the head. Yes, I agree. I think it's just they kind of have this stylistic thing where they always keep the plastic. And I think they do a lot of male figures, and I don't know. Okay, so now I have to, like, as I'm putting this on.
The scale he's in, if they're kind of, especially at the time this was made, coming from like they're in like the Figma figure art category.
Yeah.
And they only do plastic.
Yeah. It would be cool if you could, like,
kind of how that category works, but it does create problems when things that don't bend interact with other things that don't bend.
Yeah. I didn't realize he had an undershirt. That's like a cool detail. I had no idea. Okay, now you guys are getting the cat. Hello, buddy. Hi.
He's like, hey, I heard you wanted a cat for your cat-loving cat man.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense that as Alphonse is here. Oh God, that's just good. Yeah, really? Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Come here. Come to lap. Come to lap. Lap is good.
Yes, the cat is named Pizza Sauce.
Pizza sauce.
In case you were doubting.
Pizza sauce. Okay, so pizza sauce. Pizza sauce is now here. Being cute. Good buddy.
He's like, I see where all the attention is. Why am I not in the attention?
What is a box opening without a cat picture, right? Like that's tradition on DOA. Cause
this is true.
Because then the cat goes in the box. And yes, okay. All right, buddy. Would you mind laying down there, and then I can continue futzing over here? Focus. Okay. So now I got to put his shirt back on. Turn things gently, because I know them pegs would be old. Hello, Pete. He's like, only rubs for me. And now we have white cat fur. Hello. On the hi. You are doing a great job, son. Now we have. Yeah, you have to move around. Now we have white cat hair on the doll with black fabric, which is just ideal. Okay, so now we have a sleeve and a sleeve. Now that did pop through pretty easily, actually, with a sleeve and a sleeve. So they made it wide enough. I think that's part of the reason, A, why I didn't like the scale of it and how it looked, but also it's part of the functionality of it, because you have 1/6 scale, tiny arm, and then you got to put a sleeve into a sleeve in order to dress the doll. So then they made that sleeve wider, right? And then they had to make the fabric for the inner sleeve stiffer, so you don't end up with this issue right here where the sleeve is caught down. And because the sleeve is now what, halfway up the arm? Yeah. Let me try that again. The other
and that's
arm.
why there's this difficulty, especially as the scale gets smaller and smaller, about the body you're making underneath. And why, well, there is a very valid, and I agree with it, criticism of, say, a Barbie and the way the body is formed. They are bodies that are meant to be underneath clothes that significantly bulk them up.
Yeah, I mean, like, original Barbie, like, came with a bathing suit, which was not a lot of fabric, but it was fabric. It was fabric that existed.
And it was based off of the idea of a feminine form that has been shaped by shapewear, which was the common way people wore their clothes at the time.
So here you all are. Here's a cat.
So you have to, like, make the body smaller, so once the clothes go on, it looks like the right size is the ultimate issue.
Here's a cat, and here's Alphonse Elric. This is ultimately why you guys came to stream. I'm gonna have to use a tweezer to get through that belt through that loop, but he will very happily go onto his nice clear thing and then go onto my Alphonse shrine / shelf, and all will be well. All right, let's see. Let me do side by side. Get my face into the equation here. Me and Alphonse and pizza sauce and Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
Any closing thoughts for today?
Oh, I did want to share. Oh. But I forgot I had someone new because I pre-ordered it a million years ago.
Here, I'll put you in.
Because A-Zone's really, really nice limiteds are pre-order only, generally. And they come, the ones that are in the really nice, what they call Flexion body, which has joints very similar to one of the lad that you have there. And she came in.
last month.
Oh, the basket is so cute.
The basket is absolutely adorable. You could definitely put something in. Oh, I could get little tiny fake flowers. Ah! And make her
Flowers.
seasonal.
Or fruit. Like, I feel like it could be like a cornucopia right now. Like, that would be
Oh,
cool.
definitely, because we're getting into that time
Yeah.
of year.
That'd
She
be
is
super cute.
absolutely darling. She has the cutest little ears. This tiny floating bow going on. She is absolutely delightful. She is in scale with Owl over there, actually. They're in the same category as it were, but she has
They can go on a
hooded
picnic.
hair. They could go on a picnic together. I do need to get in A-Zone, they give you a million hands. She needs hands that are not like, I'm surprised.
And by give,
As
you
it
mean
were.
separate purchase, a la Smart Doll.
Yes, exactly.
And
But
unlike,
as you can see with
unlike
her, like,
Pure, they
her legs
kinda
are a
go
good
together.
example. They're jointed completely differently from the basic A-Zones, which are, like, very limited joints, but very stable ones. And she's got more of that, like,
That's very
action
cool.
figure.
Yeah.
She can't stand by herself very well, but she sure damn can pose.
I do love
I
me
need
an
her.
action figure joint, so yay.
I need a good stand for her so she can stand. The basic, I really like the basic A-Zone bodies because they can stand by themselves very stably because there's not a lot of jointing going on.
Yeah, and
They
they
can
are
just do
super
it.
cute. Like, and my sister had one, and I was like, looked at the tiny shoe. The tiny shoe had so much detail. I opened up a purse. The purse was lined. Like,
The way they do their clothing is ridiculous. They do every layer, every piece you expect.
and somehow it looks fine at the scale. They're wizards.
They must source their fabric very carefully.
They are wizards.
Like her, she sits beautifully. If she doesn't stand, she does sit beautifully. But her fabric is like paper thin,
Oh,
like tissue thin.
I think they're called Kaiser stands. I can't remember. But I have like 3 extra because I bought them. I could bring one to you next time I see you for her.
If you do not need them, I will take 1 or 2.
I am not going to fall down a Barbie hole.
You already have, so too late.
No, I only bought 1 new one and an outfit, and I'm just rerouting the one existing one I have. The only one that's tempting is this Ken Looks doll that looks like a metal drummer because he has like a black shirt, like silver or black pants, and then long hair. He looks like he's from Sweden and is going to like do beautiful
Going to start
growls at
screaming.
me. Yeah, I just
He's Knuff. He's Knuff.
he's enough for me, and I don't have a Ken yet, and he's so cute. He's so pretty. Why is this my aesthetic and boy?
Yeah.
Metal drummer. Do you look like you could play drums in a metal band? Then you look pretty to me.
You need a little stank on it. You need a little grit.
the long hair.
It's like you want goth, but you want goth, but ripped. You want ripped goth.
Not ripped, just muscularly functional. How to describe? Can lift heavy things. Does engage in physical activity.
Not also wears goth and eyeliner though.
It doesn't have to. Because, like, eyeliner on a stage, man. Like, you hope that stuff's weatherproof. But yes, okay. Me going ooh and ah over Ken aside. Is there now any other things that we can think of?
Not that I know of.
I think we've covered most of our news. We've talked about the most exciting pieces, which is seeing the new bodies coming out from Smart Doll. Volks knocking it out of the park with some really nice options for the season. I'm excited for September and October because we're in the pre-spooky season.
Yeah.
I love the pre-spooky season.
I tried to go shopping at Halloween shops with my friend last month in August, and they said, store opens in August. We were there like August 28th or 29th, and it still wasn't open yet. I'm like, why even say? Why even say you're going to open in August?
It's
like, that is not August. That is September. You're functionally... You might be in on a technicality, but then just say... Anyway.
regardless, it's a beautiful time of year.
Yeah. And then please remember, as you find all your fun at new 1/6 dollies and fun Halloween stuff at all the stores, to keep on collecting dolls.
But keep a budget. Please, God, try.